Howdy. Thought I'd drop in, talk about my cat a little bit. I don't think he's liking me talking too much. He's like, can we just chill? Just thought I would talk a little bit about Grim, my little soulmate in cat form. He's been one of my greatest teachers. And how we don't really have control. He's helping me stay more present. At least learning how to. So back in November, I took him to the vet and he was diagnosed with diabetes. And it's been one hell of a journey since then. Of course, I go above and beyond for the ones that I care, whether that's in any kind of form, human, pet. And I've been taking his blood sugars, giving him insulin twice a day. And it's been one hell of a ride. We've been through the gauntlet. You know, from feeding him raw to possible toxoplasmosis infection, being on antibiotics once and getting sick on that. And then his eye getting cloudy because of infection, and then having to be on antibiotics again for a month, and just lots of ups and downs, multiple ultrasounds, to pancreatitis attacks, to not eating because of diet change, his sensitive gut throwing us all off. It's been one hell of a ride. And when you love something so much, we can get lost in the chaos of the mind, or we can drop into the heart space, have acceptance, love, patience, presence. So it's like navigating those turbulent waters of the fear that's coming from the mind. What's going to happen? How can I control this? How can I make things better? So in reality, making myself feel better, because if that's better, then I'm okay. So how can I be okay with what is going on? You know, it's like I've seen him have moments of not feeling well, and it's like, if I can get you to feel well, then that's going to make me feel better. In a lot of ways, that's kind of selfish, you know, instead of accepting what is. There's also been like to the possible cancer scare and spleen aspirations, to full panel blood work to figure out that he's got feline AIDS, which is contributing to the ups and downs and the twists and turns of this whole journey. He looks really healthy, but inside his guts are not good. So he's been one of my greatest gifts, because as most of us know, you don't grow unless you're in challenging moments. There's been times where before the holidays, I couldn't get a hold of anybody. And it's like, help me, help me, help me, right? There's been this huge learning curve. I even remember when I was learning about BGs and insulin, and it's like, I can get lost in the chaos of not knowing how to do this, or I can just show up and accept and realize that there is going to be a learning curve, and to incorporate the energy of, you already got this down. We're just going through a little bit of a curve. It's okay. It's not going to always be like this. Like that constant reminder too, that it's not always going to be what it is. Sometimes we forget that, right? We get lost in our life situation, and it takes us down. And today, you know, was difficult. I could tell this morning that he wasn't eating. And you know, the anxiety of all that, right? It's like being the observer of that. Like, you're clearly noticing, reminding myself that I'm doing everything that I possibly can. I'm in contact with my vet and have established a really good relationship. And there's a plane. Maybe that'll show up in every video I do. Who knows? Where was I going with this? Drawing a blank. Oh, getting lost in the chaos of things. So it's like just reminding yourself that it's not always going to be like that. I think there was something else, but we'll keep rolling. So it's like I'm noticing the nuances. I'm obviously being diligent and very connected with him. And recently we've done a little bit of travel, and I've been fortunate enough to have beautiful friends that have stepped up to the plate and, you know, learned to check his BG, and he's wonderful. He walks into the bathroom. I should get a video of that. It's like he knows. He just knows. And so I'm usually a big traveler in the summer, and I'm not sure if the universe is asking me to stay around, but something that's coming up is he's very attached to me. He always has been. He's 12 and a half, and every time I've traveled, he's destroyed stuff by peeing on things. I've been told by all of my ex-partners that he becomes an asshole when I'm not around, and he sleeps with me every night, and he gets spoiled. He gets pampered. He gets touched. He literally comes to bed with me and sleeps next to me. If I wake up and he's not there, it's kind of like, oh, like we just have this bond. And so now that I've traveled a little bit, I'm coming up against, do I travel as much? How do I find that balance between my own well-being while not stressing him out? Do I board him even though he loves being outside and being here? There's so many things to navigate in the stress of it. And especially this morning, not eating and coming home, and I've had to give him anti-nausea meds and an appetite stimulant 3 times this week, which is ginormous considering usually I give it once and then he kind of just rebounds. So talking about being put on prednisone, and I've just found that witnessing myself today, I was struggling. I was stuck in the head, stuck in fear, stuck in, you know, am I doing the best that I can? And it's like taking a step back and realizing you are. It's okay. It's okay. You're doing the best that you can. Sometimes we just get so in our heads and beat ourselves up and shoulda, woulda, couldas, and it's, can you just drop in the present moment and just really be truthful with ourselves? Because there's always the truth right there. It's always the truth. It's silent and subtle, but it's so comforting. But then the mind starts back up and it's like, but, and it's like so futuristic. And so it's like I'm witnessing that, and then it's like coming back to the present moment. It's going to be what it's going to be, right? Acceptance versus anxiousness, acceptance versus anxiousness, chaos versus calm. And he's helping me build that capacity to surrender. Because life is life. We don't have control. We think we do. We can take action within reason. But it's like even today, I've given fluids once. It's something that I'm not super confident on. I had a beautiful human coming here and helping me, and I just kind of passed it off to her because she was supposed to teach me, but my nervous system was so shot. And I was just like, can you please do it? Can you please do it? Can you please do it? And then the time comes where she's not available. I'm just getting so anxious, like, can you do this? Are you doing it right? Well, the universe in all of its glory served up one of the most amazing individuals today. And it's like even surrendering into that, right? It's like I was being taken care of I just need to breathe and pay attention to the direction in which things are guiding me. But I had been inquiring about boarding, and this lady who is also used to be my vet was like, here's this particular person that maybe can help you with house sitting. And then I go home for lunch and notice that Grim's not eating, and I know that she has the ability to give fluids, and I got in my head about, well, I don't want to be that person that's going to, I don't want her to think that I'm that person that's going to take advantage of her, but I'm kind of like, do I lean in that it's okay to receive help? You know, I guess checking in with my energy, and I wasn't feeling, it's a hummingbird, feeling like I was okay with or without her helping. But I did ask. And by the graces of God, she showed up within hours. So if we just breathe. Sometimes things aren't going to work out in the most desirable way, right? We wish our pets could live forever, but it's like, how can you surrender to what is in this now moment, feeling what you feel, breathing, being present. What's crazy is that the love that I have for this cat, he's by far one of the greatest gifts of my lifetime. If I showed up at the pearly gates of heaven and was like, what's like your top 5? I'd be like, dude, I was the best mom to a dog, and my cat Grim was one of the greatest gifts of this lifetime. So it's like, if it weren't for him, in a way, being ill, it's all about our perspective, right? We can fight it, or we can surrender to it. So that's what I got today. It's been a wild ride, right? Even to the moment where this individual was like, I can show up today, and I just start crying at my client's house. It's all gonna be okay, because you're doing what you can and trusting yourself. Just trusting yourself. So that shift from the anxiety to the acceptance. Anyways, I hope you guys are all well. I kind of rambled in this one, but this is how it's going to be getting started, right? I'm just trying to show up, be real,